Hey, what's up, YouTube? It is Saturday, and I am here with the weekly recap for what sold in the eBay, the Etsy, and the Facebook Marketplace this past week. So let us get right into it. I'm going to start with Etsy. Etsy was good this week, considering the time of year. So, first up is a Lucite Roadrunner ashtray, a Route 66 souvenir. I don't know if I made money, honestly. I think I may have broke even on this. I've had it for a long time. It's, I don't know. I got it from an auction house that I think I was just testing out the auction house to see if I liked them, and I ended up paying too much for the damn thing, and so I'm just happy that it sold and it's going back to New Mexico, which is cool. Um, so it was listed for $35, and I probably shipping was expensive. It's like ever since USPS introduced these new rates, shipping is ridiculous. But I made $32, maybe a dollar or two on shipping, but that goes right back into the packing supplies. The thing about it is, actually, I don't even think I made that because it was an offsite ad. They found it through an offsite ad, and I have no choice but to participate in Etsy's offsite ads because I made over $25,000 last year, or however they do those calculations these days. So, anyways, it sold. Good. Great. Next up was a small Cheyenne Black Horse Navajo seed pot, a horsehair pottery vase, and that went to California. And I don't I don't remember how much I paid for it. I think this was in a lot from an auction house, so that means I've had it for at least a year. At least a year, I think. And then it was priced at $32, and I made $28. And they didn't have a coupon or anything like that. Then a couple consignment pieces here. A set of 7 Lennox Snow Lily dessert bowls. And the last of the 8-inch salad plates. And they got 4 of those. And that went to Georgia. I'm not sure what I ended up making. I haven't calculated that, but between shipping and the cost of the items, he paid about $151. He also came to the site from an offsite ad. Man, they kill me. I'm glad that people find the shop, but God, it's just really expensive. Next up, we had a cute little set of 1980s flamingo art glass swizzle sticks. It was a set of 6, and they were in their original packaging. I got those from, I want to say, Brownstone auction, and I don't remember exactly what I paid because it was in a lot. I also have a matching set of flamingo picks, like appetizer picks, in their glass as well. Made $36 on that, and that went to Virginia. Then a table runner, a embroidered peach floral applique table runner. And this table runner is one of the originals from those 2 boxes of vintage linens from Langston that I got when I first started 3 years, almost 3.5 years ago. I'm still selling pieces out of that. Thankfully, it's down to maybe 20 more items, maybe 20, maybe a little bit less. So there was so much. It's overwhelming, and I've tried to learn from my mistake on that in getting something of one type of thing, because you just get like fatigue of taking pictures and researching them, and stuff like that. I don't like specializing in just one thing. I kind of have always been one of those vintage resellers that will sell most anything that comes across my way, right? That's vintage or antique, including tools or art or books or, linens or glass. But I don't want to just sell one thing. That's boring. To me, that's boring. That might be like your perfect world, but for me, I need some variety. All right, anyways, that went out to Arkansas, and I think I made $10 on it, and I'm okay with that because I'm pretty sure I've already made a profit off those 2 boxes. Then we had a Browning Down Trapper woodland camouflage hat. Like I said, if it's vintage, I'll sell it. And this guy had a coupon and I ended up earning $29 from it, and it went out to Oregon. Then I had a little bitty Dinky Dinosaur Laurie Mitchell figurine. I actually showed that recently in one of my vintage auction haul videos. I'll link that video below. And it sold, so it's only been up there for a couple weeks, which is super cool. The little face reminds me of a James and the Giant Peach character for some reason. I'm not sure. I don't know anything about Laurie Mitchell figurines, but earned $21 off of this. And that went to Kentucky. All right, next I sold a handmade green pottery yuzumashi or matcha bowl with a pouring spout. It's a signed studio ceramic. I picked that up in a lot from Langston, which is local, so I didn't have to pay shipping, and it shipped locally to Raleigh, North Carolina. And I made $17.87 on that order. It's marked as a gift. And dude, I shipped this on July 9th and it's in transit. Like, she ordered it July 9th and I packed it and sent it out, and it's going to Raleigh, and it's July 11th and it's not been delivered yet. I could have probably walked there faster. Pretty sure I could have. All right, next we have a pair of vintage handmade wooden corner shelves. They are very handmade. They honestly look like a wood shop project from someone in high school, right? Not perfect, oddly shaped, quite honestly. And we found those in a antique or a thrift store. And I don't remember if it was during one of our road trips or locally, but I know I didn't pay a lot for them. I want to say it was like $8 for the pair of them, maybe 10, and ended up earning $29. And they went out to New York. Then we had a mid-century modern whiskey rocks glass depicting all the scenes from Chicago area landmarks, and it didn't go to Chicago. It went to Missouri. That was, yeah, I made $12.69. She already came back and left a nice review. I appreciate that. Then I had this is one that I sold for Jason, a Panavice model number 311 multi-angle vise with a clamp on base. That went up to Massachusetts, and I think $32, made $32 on that. Then we had a teacup, and this was odd. Sold 2 teacups in the same night. One went to New York City, one went out to California. So the first one is a vintage Italian demitasse cup and saucer with a silver overlay, and I got that from Langston Auction when I first started, and I could not find anything like it online at all. And I originally thought it was just black overlay or like a white and black design, but had a little bit of experience, started seeing some stuff, and I'm like, the color of the black, I'm like, that is sterling silver. So I pulled it out of storage, took another look at it, cleaned it up a little bit, and sure enough, yeah, sterling silver overlay. It's Italian. I just don't know who made it, but I traced it back kind of to that country. But it was gorgeous and super little. So I made $37 on that order and it went up to New York. Then this is another consignment piece, a Limoges Belfort cup and saucer in the rose cameo pattern. They had a cart coupon and this shipped out to California. It's out for delivery and looks like $10 on it. Teacups and saucers, they don't sell very well for me. I'm surprised I've sold any, quite honestly, so I'm happy for the sales that I've gotten on that. Then we had a little teeny tiny piglet, a glass piglet, so stinking cute. And they had a shop coupon. So I made $15 on this, and this marked as a gift, and it went to New York. Then an order I haven't packed up, it just came in. This guy. Let me just be clear. I appreciate anyone who buys anything from me. But when you come into my shop and you want to make an offer and it's way below my asking price, regardless of what the item is or what kind of condition it is in, because let me just tell you, I will undercut a price in a minute if there's a flaw. I am very fair. I think I am overly fair. So I have this globe and it's lead crystal and it came on a little glass base. I got it from Langston and there was a couple dings to the globe, right? And the base was crap. Like it had someone's name on it and stuff like that. So it had a big chip on the corner. So I scratched that base and I had a brass base that was not perfect. It had a little bit of lean, like someone squashed it a little bit, but the globe sits perfectly on it. So I paired those together and I had it priced at $26, which is hella cheap. This guy, will you take 15? No, I'm not going to take 15. I'll take 20. And that gripes my butt to even do that. And then he's like, what about 18? And I'm like, no, dude, I'm pretty firm on 20. Because he started out with, oh, well, it's got some battle scars. And I'm like, thinking, I don't give a crap. Like, dude, I responded. I said, I'm aware. I said, that's why it's priced at 26 and not 40. Pretty firm on the price, thanks. That just pisses me off. So anyways, he ended up buying it. It's going to Mississippi. Did I make any money on it? With shipping, he ended up paying $26. There probably won't be any overages to refund. Besides, it's heavy as hell, so I weighed it. I put it the weight that it was, so it'll be comparable to what he paid in shipping. So maybe made $20 off of it. I don't care. I'm fine, but it's just irritating, you know? Be respectful. Number one, be respectful. It's my life. It's my livelihood. It's my job. This isn't a freaking hobby, buddy. So I wonder what he does for a living. Hey, would you take like over 50% off of your market rate for me? No, I bet you wouldn't. Anyways, that's a song and dance that most resellers have to deal with, but whatever. All right, so that wraps up Etsy. So it was a pretty good week. There might be a few more sales coming in today, but I'm not going to worry about it. I'll include those on next week's video if there are. Moving on to the Book of Face. So sold 2 sets of coasters like back to back this week. It's so odd. God, and I don't have it pulled up on how much I even charged for this darn thing. Let me look. So the coasters, the first set is a silver plate filigree coaster set of 6 with caddy. I sold a similar set a couple months ago, so when I saw this set, I picked it up for sure, and that sold for $32. I want to say someone on Etsy offered me a really low price for it and I declined it. So some of these things I know what will sell for what price because I've sold them already. The girl that bought it, so sweet. I love that. So I really don't mind selling on Facebook Marketplace. Yes, 100% there are flakes. There are people like, is this available? Is this available? And you're like, yeah, sure. And they never freaking respond, which, whatever. It'll sell eventually. And unlike some people, I'm not in a bind. I don't need to offload my items. I don't pay for storage. Thanks, babe. Um, so I don't have any real driving motivation to like lowball my stuff. And for small items, I'll sit on it for a while before I'll undersell or I'm not going to devalue the item. They're beautiful. Anyways, the next set of coasters, I have had these for a long time, probably 2.5 years. They're not a full set. They are silver plate and they have felt inserts. So I was like, how in the world am I even going to clean these without messing up the red felt insert? You know, I wasn't sure. So they just kind of sat on my shelf all this time. I finally got irritated and cleaned them up and listed them for 25 bucks. And oh my God, you know how if you're a reseller and you price something and it like sells like that, you're like, oh, could I have gotten a little bit more out of it? Maybe. But I wish I had 17 sets of these dang things because I had so many people wanting to buy them. And very nice girl came and got them. $25. I don't have any idea what in the world I spent on them. I just don't even remember. Next, we had a pink Viking cabbage bowl. I have had this again since one of the first Langstons, I believe, or we found it in a local thrift. I don't know. But singularly, it's not worth much on its own. So I didn't ever want to list it on Etsy. So I took a chance and threw it up on Facebook for $8 and someone bought it. Next we had a little gold metal horseshoe. It's not a heavy horseshoe and it's not like a real horseshoe. It's a replica, like decor. And what did I have that up there for? The girl was super sweet that bought it. And she actually sent me a picture of it in her house, which is cool because normally people on Facebook don't do that. But I sold it for $16 and she is absolutely thrilled with it and I love it. So, yay. Then I had a vintage Nancy Thomas piece of art. I got this in my last auction from Langston and it was more modern, I guess. I thought it was more modern. I looked it up and it's actually a well-known designer, so I listed it for $42. She asked if I would take 40 and I said yes. See? That's how you do, right? That's how you make an offer on people's stuff. So if she had asked me to take, oh my God, I got so many freaking tabs open. Close. Okay. If she had asked me to take 30, I would have said, nah, I'll do 40. I swear I'm going to go the opposite direction one day when the right person pisses me off. Oh, $40. Will you take 20? Well, I'll take 50 for you. Anyways, onward and upward. Another item that I have had for a long time, I don't remember where I got it. It's an anchor hawking ice bucket in the shape of a barrel with the silver metal handle. I had it up on Etsy for the longest time and it just, they don't move anymore. So I put it on Facebook finally. I let it run out on Etsy and I just put it on Facebook for $8 and the lady offered it $8 and came and picked it up. Yay. Then the last thing for Facebook is a pair of mid-century modern solid brass seagulls. We got these on our trip to Pennsylvania and I Had them in there forever. I literally just listed them a couple months ago. So I had them in there for like a year, and I had them tucked underneath something so I didn't see them. Completely forgot about them until I started really clearing everything out, and I'm like, oh, that's right, I still have these. So I pulled them out, put them on Facebook in the hope that someone local would want them, and sure enough, they did. $65. So probably made $28 on them. I'm happy with that, and I didn't have to ship them. I'm real happy about that. All right, so that wraps up Facebook. Next up, we have eBay. Now, I am going to give you the vintage eBay first, and then I'll do the modern stuff last, which I got some sales. I finally got my first review on the modern one. I'm super excited. So the vintage one sold a woven basket with the eagle design, and it sold, well, I had it listed for $48, and there was a washer on it, and I'm trying to move some types of inventory just because it does take up space. Honestly, I just get tired of looking at it, and I don't want to have to keep renewing it on Etsy. So I sent this offer out, and they accepted. It was listed for $48, and they paid $38. So I'm fairly sure I made at least $12. We picked this up on the Pennsylvania road trip. Yay. Then I had a Royal Delft Polychrome Bull figurine, hand painted. It was up there for $84. And did she pay full price, or did I send? I want to say I sent an offer. To this person. Yep. So I had it actually. Yep, for $84. Sent an offer. They paid $63. This was a local auction from Langston pickup, and I've already made money off of this lot that I got it in. So I maybe spent a couple bucks on it, and I will end up making, after eBay's ridiculous fees, $52.99, which is cool because that's definitely a profit on that, thankfully, because there's some stuff I know I've lost money on eBay. Such is the way it is, though. All right, so that wraps up the vintage eBay. So next, I had 3 items that sold this week on the modern eBay market. And the first one is a Dreamlights Pillow Pet Triceratops. Oh, so cute. I know I only spent a couple dollars on this thing. He was one of the things that I got during the 301 yard sale when I went to Benson, and I bought some modern type stuff to have stock to put into this new eBay side. And is it sad that I wanted to keep it myself? So cute. So cute. But anyways, that sold, what did that sell for? That sold for $18.98. So I probably made $6-7 off of it. I'm okay with that. Then we had a Scentsy Polar Panorama Wax Warmer Rotating LED Northern Lights Display, blah, blah, blah. I thought about breaking this thing up, right? Selling the little wax warmer holder and then just selling the base itself. And I just couldn't bring myself to do it. I don't know why. There's certain things that I just like, could I have made a little bit more money? Yeah, but then there's the pain of 2 separate items shipping, and I don't want to have items that are really like under $10 if I can help it at all. So I said, to hell with it, I'll put it together. Priced it at $45, and they bought it. I don't know what the $32 is what eBay is calculating I made as profit, which I think is probably good. I got this from an auction house up in Chicago a couple years ago. It came in a lot with a bunch of other stuff, and I know I've already made well past what I paid for that lot. So anything from this were golden. The last item was something I sold for Jason. It was a pair of Choppers Inc. Billy Lane 6-gun pegs for motorcycle. This is one of those things that you put it up there and you're like, okay. Couldn't find anything. Nothing. There's nothing like it out there. So I asked him, what do you want to price it at? And he's like, let's go for 200. Dude, it sold within like 45 minutes of me listing it. So it's like, well, maybe we should have priced it a little higher, but whatever. He's like, whatever, fine, it's fine. So that went down to Florida, and I think the profit on that is like $168. He doesn't even remember what he paid for them. So, but anyways, that's a nice big sale, which is cool. And that wraps it up. That is the last of the things sold. So, we are almost halfway through July. It's my birthday next Thursday. Yay. And, y'all, it's going to be Christmas soon. I'm already trying to get all of my, like, fall and autumn stuff done and pictures taken so I can, like, get it listed before September. And then I have a ton of actual Christmas stuff, more modern stuff that I'll be listing. But anyways, y'all have a good week, and I will see you soon. Bye. Oh yeah, thanks for watching. If you'd subscribe, that'd be cool. If you like, that'd be even cooler. If you comment, great. So, yeah. Bye.